This video will be episode 7 of the Black Lion Origins campaign. In the last episode, we had some pretty excellent battles, and we've replaced almost every piece of our armor. One battle in particularly, we were fighting against 22 forest bandits with our warband of 16. And we actually eked out a win there without... It wasn't much of an eke, actually. We won handedly. We didn't have any casualties. And so I've got 19 troops. We've attained our first clan tier rank, and as I was on my way to Pencanic, the gang alley came under attack, and it was perfect because I was headed for my gang alley anyway, because I wanted to see if my gang leader here had any volunteers for my warband to make up the difference, so that I can complete that quest to save my siblings. And he did. He had 4 troops for me, and so now we've got a warband of 23. We can talk to Radagos here. He'll tell me the story about how when he and my brother went to go and find my little brother and sister, they were attacked by the bandits, and my brother was taken prisoner. So Radagos is going to show us where the bandit hideout is, and we're going to go and save all my siblings. And he's going to get his revenge against his ex-slaver partner. The guy is still a slaver, is just an ex-partner of his. He's not a slaver anymore. We're changing the loadout so that I've got a one-handed weapon instead of my polearm. You don't want to typically get stuck using a thrusting polearm on foot. It generally doesn't end up a good move for you. So that's what we're doing, and we're selling off all of the loot that we've been acquiring from fighting all of these bandits. We've got a little over 17,000 gold now, so we're doing really pretty darn well. So I've got a bunch of forest bandits, the tier 4 forest bandit archers, and my companions and Radagos in here helping me storm the bandit hideout. And I put them on fire at will and follow me. And frankly, I should have left them at the beginning of the bandit hideout and taken out this hideout on my own. But you know, it's easy to know what best to do in hindsight, and this is why it's best to leave them behind. They'll follow you all right, and then they come and stand in front of you. It's really obnoxious if you're planning on using a bow. But using a bow is a fantastic way to increase your athletic skill, especially early on. I haven't done much fighting in this campaign on foot, but I do have all 5 athletic focus points and 8 endurance, so we should make quite a bit of athletic skill levels here. I'm just telling my guys where I want them to stand, because they're getting in my way, and telling them to face that direction so that they can be of use. See, I'm doing fine with my bow. I can kill these guys particularly are pretty weak to to shots to the neck and head, being as they're shirtless berserkers, crazy mountain bandits. But yeah, we could definitely have done more of the work ourselves, I'm sure. But we'll have to do that in the future, because we definitely got to get some more athletic skill. don't often do bandit hideouts, at least not until I have, not until I've gotten my fill of killing bandits and I'm ready to move on to killing nobles, you know? So, but when I get to that point, it's a great way to level your clan members. You can tell them to go ahead and attack, especially if you've got like a clan member that doesn't have very good bow skill and you want them to have good bow skill. Then you can just bring them along and tell them to attack, and they'll go and clean out your bandit hideout. And then when you get to the very end and you down the last of the bandits on the way to the bandit leader's hidey hole, you just you retreat, and you don't get the loot for it, but your guys get the EXP, and you can leave that bandit hideout alone and then come back to it later and do the exact same thing over again in order to kind of power level your companions, because they will regenerate new bandits as time goes on. So look at that, I only had two more arrows left in my quiver. Maybe I was best served to have my guys help me. I mean, we aren't going to give any slaver trash the honor of a duel. We'll just have our men attack. Just so. Look at that, we got 26 extra, 26 levels in athletics. So yeah, that really pays off. Now we've got Nason, Ferric, and Athene rescued. They'll be up at Pencanic waiting for me, which is fantastic. That means our campaign is safe. Even if I should fall in battle and die, we can still keep going and keep pursuing our goals. Look at this guy, single mountain bandit. Us thinks he's hardcore enough to face all 23 of us alone. Noob. So the reason why they're not letting us start the encounter is because we don't yet have a unit for archers. We had one for the cavalry and we had one for the infantry, but we didn't have an archer unit, and so we had to make one before it would let us start the fight. It's kind of obnoxious. It won't just let you switch from a infantry to an infantry and archer unit, but there we are. That's the way it is. Even though I just wanted to go and fight this guy on my own. Though I suppose I'm not. I'm letting my archers have their way with them too. But I get the win, the kill. And that brought my one-handed skill up to 25, which is nice. I didn't mean to have to do that with with a one-handed weapon because I had just forgotten to equip my polearm. So now that we have everyone rescued, Nason's here. He's already level 19. He's much higher level than I am. When I level my companions or my clan members like this, as they're growing up, I like to give them endurance above anything else. And if you can give them 3 medicine, that's pretty nice too. But I prioritize the attributes over the focus points. The reason why it's nice to give them as many medicine focus points as possible is because the for every focus point you give one of your clan members as they're growing up, they also get 10 skill levels in that skill. So if you can give them 3, then they will have 30 medicine skill, and so we'll then be able to get that level 25 medicine skill perk, which will keep them viable and in the battles. Um, and that's huge. That's a big deal for keeping them, for leveling them, is having them healthy for every fight and contributing, getting EXP. So we're just trying to equip Nason up a bit, and sell all the extra goodies so that we aren't weighed down too much.
You best back off. There's dozens more of us target. Just wait.
Now, a lot of times people wouldn't even bother with this kind of encounter where you've found an enemy or a warband that is small, and but then you have an ally that's nearby, and so the ally will contribute to the battle. They also are fighting the enemy. A lot of times people will just be like, oh, okay, fine, I'm just going to auto resolve it. I never auto resolve if it can at all be helped. The only times I auto resolve is if I've been taken out of the fight and I don't have any other option. You can see, like, even though there were, like 100 of these quote unquote allies to help me fight in this battle, I've still gotten quite a bit of kills, and that those kills translate to EXP. And we got 73% of the loot anyway, so not so bad. Though I can understand why sometimes you'd be like, okay, if I'm gonna have to share the loot and the glory, then I'm not gonna suffer the disorganized debuff after the battle, just to kill some looters. So I guess I can kind of understand that. Well, the Battanian Thoroughbred is hands down the worst of the rare noble mounts that you can get. But you know what? I'll take it. A rare noble mount is generally better than any of the ones that you can actually purchase in cities. And if I can fight for them on horseback, I'll absolutely do it. Much more comfortable fighting from horseback, and we have the health. And even if all things considered, we just end up with just killing. I mean, just killing. If we end up just selling the horse, it would be huge profits. I think you sell it for like 13,000 or something like that. So not bad at all. So what we're doing here, especially on Bannerlord's difficulty, this noble will just block my attacks all the livelong day. There's not much sense in trying to get him, but if I can kill his horse, which I just did, I can if I can get at him before he gets mounted on another horse, which is why I poked that other horse, by the way. That wasn't pointless animal cruelty or anything. I was scaring it so that it would run away, and he wouldn't be able to mount it immediately after I dismounted him from his other horse. So I'm paired up with a Vlandian Sergeant here. It's a tier 5 Vlandian infantry. It's a blessing and a curse, because while that means we're going to do really well right here, it also means I've got to fight him in the final round. This, I think, is as far as I've gotten in any tournament in this campaign so far. Maybe a testament to how leveled we have, how far we've come in our levels and skill levels. Also, just might be that I got lucky in the randomized battle. Oof. But it's still not yet to be. One day I'll win a tournament. I promise. The randomized tournament encounters is what I was trying to say. I got to be on horseback twice, and that was just peachy keen. So it didn't seem like we were so close to a village that we should be fighting in the village. And more often than not, I would just retreat if I ended up fighting in a village that I didn't want to be fighting in. But I didn't feel it worth the bother in this instance. So we just gave our troops the engage command, and I charged on ahead like a lunatic to see how much damage I could take. We've seen me do it time and time again, and we've seen me pay for it time and time again too. Oof, this is our sturgeon caravan guard. Ooh, I'm glad he only got felled. He didn't get killed. We'll have the opportunity to heal him up, and he will fight for us again one day. It's kind of a good situation for my archers here. They can hang back and wait for the enemy troops to trickle around the corner of this house and get smoked by archer fire. Especially being as they're nothing but lowly looters and haven't a shield among them to deal with those archers. So we're getting the enemy fleeing alert. So I go ahead and tell them to charge so that I can use them to point me in the direction of the enemy troop. Nice. We're getting our 150 polearm perk skewer, which makes it so you're 30% more likely to, after having killed an enemy with your charge, your couched lance attack, you're 30% more likely to maintain that couched lance stance. So you can charge through. I've killed. I think I've killed up to 5. Certainly, I've killed 4 in one tilt. So it's a really cool thing to be able to do. So what we're doing right here, I'm sure as you could guess, is that we're scoping out the gang alleys of Ortesia, seeing if there's an alley that I like the looks of. I don't like to fight too hard for my gang alleys, and so I like to look for ones that have like 3 bandits guarding them, and we didn't find any. So we're just going to pack up and go to the Aserai town here of Kiez. Kiez? Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna call that Kiez. And while we're here, we were always actually going to end up here. I wanted to get my favorite purchasable noble mount and give my brother that Kentarian charger that served us so well all of this early game. Well, we're still in the early game, I suppose. We're not yet in mid game, but yeah, it's most important to increase your riding skill. That's what will most dramatically affect your speed and maneuverability, but it does certainly help to have a horse that is more optimal. As you can see, I always prioritize evading archer attack over trying to to hit my target, because yeah, you can always hit them later, and you can't give yourself back health in a fight like this. We're trying to finally win a tournament. That's the dream. How are we supposed to convince our future wives to marry us if we can't even win a tournament? So I saw a lance, or it's not really a lance, it's just a spear, but a spear and a shield. And so I took the opportunity to complete my loadout. I mean, this is basically the same loadout as I have out in regular battlefields, so pretty comfortable with it. And this guy, he's already had his shield busted, so he can't do anything about our archer fire. So we're just gonna chase him around with the bow and see if we can't ping him off of that horse. Nice. Oh goody. Another 1 versus 1 foot battle. We all know how these go. Doing a good job of evading the javelin fire. Javelin fire isn't the issue. I was trying to hit him in the head over the top of that shield, but was not able to. one day I'll do well at this. Today is not that day. Anyway, this has been episode 7 of the Black Lion Origins campaign, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.